Hey everyone, and welcome. My name is Kim. This is going to be a deep dive into where you're currently at on your spiritual and abundance journey. This is not a predictive reading. We are going to be looking into what the current energies are and how we can work with them to get to where it is that we want to go. I have a 9-card spread reading here ready, so let's dive right into this, taking a look at what the current energies are, the internal shifts taking place, blockages, how they're being presented, and how we can take the lessons here to, again, get to the potential outcome that we are hoping for. Current energy is the 7 of Pentacles. This is about choosing the way in which you are perceiving your current status. Whatever it is that you're working towards, whatever it is that you've been pouring time and energy into, how have you been reflecting on the work that's been done? This is really important because the 7 of Pentacles to me as a reader is always about trusting what is below the surface, what is not yet seen. Not everything is going to appear instantaneously or seem obvious. So it's really important here with this 7 of Pentacles message to, again, pay attention right now in this present moment, what you have put your time and energy into. This is about not only trusting in your abilities, but trusting in what you've already done. The 7 of Pentacles is about having planted the seeds for intentions so that you can nourish this. You can put time and energy pouring into something that's going to build long-term results, rewards, stability. This isn't about quick turnarounds. This isn't like a get rich quick kind of idea here with the 7 of Pentacles. This is, again, about taking the time. This is also, again, just to reiterate, a very clear message that not everything is as it seems. What are you doing right now in this current moment to acknowledge everything that you have done, right? It feels to me right now with this 7 of Pentacles, there is a little bit of questioning, again, of what's below the surface there. The best way to navigate through this is to release the who, what, when, where, why, and hows. It becomes too discombobulating when we're trying to understand the unfolding of everything instead of trusting in ourselves to listen to the intuitive nudges, to work with the universal energies to get to where we want to be. The internal shifts that are taking place right now, we have the 2 of Pentacles and the 6 of Pentacles. This is important. And we're starting off, I just want to point out here first and foremost, with lots of Pentacle energy. This is slow moving earth energy, stability, structure, material things coming to fruition, okay? Pentacles are the slowest moving suits in the deck. I'm a Virgo. Like my whole thing is that I am so impatient and I want things done now, but I also want things done right. And the two just don't really go hand in hand, right? Good things take time. So with this 2 of Pentacles and this 6 of Pentacles here, it's saying that you are in this current state of recalibrating so that your time and energy is reflected back to you. I'm hearing a very, 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 very strong message here about learning to trust in receiving. Because the reality is that we can give and give and give and give and give and say that we want things back. But if you're not comfortable with the energy of receiving, then it all goes up in smoke, right? It's so important. And I would argue that this is actually probably one of the most challenging pieces of manifestations and receiving abundance is that we struggle to accept it. It's like if somebody wants to buy us a coffee, or if it's like a total stranger, for example, that wants to buy you a coffee, we'd probably turn around and be like, why? Right? Like, why is this person wanting to do this nice thing for me instead of just accepting the gift that's being offered? Not everything has strings attached. Sometimes it does, but in this case, let's hypothetically say that it doesn't. If we are not willing to be open to receive what it is that we are trying to bring in, then you're just going to keep pouring out and hoping for things to come back, but you're not even going to recognize the abundance that's coming to you. So it feels like right now, what's happening, this internal shift is about you understanding this law of giving and receiving. This is a very, very fundamental piece to our ability to be able to stabilize our internal nervous system, to be more wired and prone to receiving, so that abundance can occur regularly and consistently. And the Six of Pentacles is all about that even give and take exchange, right? Okay, so going into what is the blockage in all of this, we have the Two of Wands. This is the card of indecision. Do I go this way? Do I go that way? Do I stand still? Like, what do I do here, right? The thing is that with the Two of Wands, there's no wrong path. Like, you're not going to, unless you just throw it all to the wind and say, I don't care, I'm not putting any time and energy out there, and like really truly mean it and stop putting any effort into anything, you're not going to take the wrong path, right? Like, you can do something that might not be the quick shot to getting to where it is that you want to go, but the way that you choose to move forward will determine how quickly you get to the end of the road, right? Like, if you decide to do everything all at once, you're probably going to make a lot of very slow progress in many different areas, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it depends on what you want, right? Like, if you want to see quicker results, more abundant results from a certain project or a certain relationship or whatever it is, then you have to direct the time and energy to that. If you keep pouring out into every little facet and avenue, you're going to get depleted because you're pouring little bits here, little bits here, little bits here, and then likelihood of getting frustrated when you're not seeing things fully flourish is going to hit. Okay, so this Two of Wands, the core blockage here is, it feels to me like trying to do too many things at once. Not sure if this is the right way, that is the right way, and maybe potentially even not moving forward or making the decision about something because you're afraid of making the wrong steps. I'm telling you right now that choosing something is going to move you forward. Even if it's not, like, let's say, for example, even if you're trying to build something and you try a particular tool, but that tool takes a little bit longer and doesn't actually build and help you create what it is that you want. That's okay. You're still learning, right? You're still figuring out what tools do and don't work. It's not a waste of time. That was maybe not the best example, but the point is that nothing you do is a waste of time. You just have to decide and take action based on whatever decision you choose, okay? How this blockage is most likely appearing in your life right now is the Ace of Pentacles, which is really interesting because this is about this is a card of not only new beginnings, but again, like so many pentacle energies. This could be about something to do with money, right? Like, abundance doesn't have to be about money. It could be about just anything that brings us a sense of fulfillment or connections, stability, security. But the way in which you are perceiving this new beginning is how this blockage of indecision is showing up, right? So with this Ace of Pentacles and the Two of Wands, it's saying that you can grasp this idea of something new. You know that there is more to this. You know that this can grow and evolve, right? But your inability to take action or to make a decision is hindering how this new beginning comes about. Because like you're looking at it and saying, I know there's potential here, but why isn't it coming? Well, it's not forming yet because there isn't a decision made. A decision has to be made, or a step has to be taken in order to get there. You can't try to do everything and then do nothing and then expect things to come about, right? This is a very slow but stabilizing new beginning that's coming in. Again, Pentacles are the slowest moving suit in the deck. I know it can be so frustrating, but this is not only believing in the ability of this new beginning and the longevity of it, but it comes about when you address this indecision that you are having within yourself, okay? Higher lesson here with the Four of Wands. This is about building steps that are going to take you there, okay? So again, the Two of Wands, there's no right or wrong way. You just have to make a decision. With the Four of Wands, it's about taking the time to build a strong, steady, firm foundation that will continue to grow. The four pillars here is also like the Four of Wands represents the 1111 card, right? It's the card of everything coming together and being built on a ground that's going to sustain itself. You right now are learning this very important lesson of what is and is not working for you. What is or is not on a solid foundation. Or this could be about taking methodical steps to build something long term. Again, I feel like with this, that Two of Wands, I just keep getting the same energy of maybe trying to do too many things at once and then expecting results. This Four of Wands energy is saying that every action and decision that you make is building. It is contributing to this foundation that you are building. But if you're trying to cut corners somewhere, if you're trying to speed up the process or trying to ignore a certain piece altogether, then you're going to notice that as a crack in this foundation. Take the time to build it right. Take the time to, again, reflect on what it is that you've been putting your time and energy into. What have you seen, or what do you notice is working versus things that are not? If you keep pouring time, energy, emotion into something and feeling like you're just left depleted, that's your indicator that that piece to this puzzle is not worth your time and energy, at least not right now. This is about, again, being more methodical about what you are building and how you are building it. Again, we're trying to get to a place of abundance. We're trying to get to a place of long-term consistency, right? You are on this spiritual path right now that is guiding you towards using the tools that you have to build something long-term. This is the lesson here. The lesson here is saying to you, this is something worth celebrating, and you need to celebrate every single little victory along the way, okay? Again, the 1111 card, it's saying that your manifestations and your efforts are coming about. They are cultivating into the real world, but you have to recognize what you're doing to get there, okay? You have to recognize the wins, the failures. And I say failures like this because nothing is a waste of time. Everything is going to be a stepping stone to get you to where you want to go. What needs to be released here is the Eight of Swords. This is the card of self-limiting beliefs, doubts, not knowing which way to go. There's a theme here. We're seeing, this is about not letting the possibility of everything or the thoughts of what could be, might be, did work, didn't work, take over. This is about you taking control over your perception of things. This is not about letting the mind win and say, there's too many things happening. If you keep taking on more things, that is where the mind's going to go. If you try to do too many things all at once, that's where the mind's going to go. You're getting the gist here, right? This is about making a decision, coming back to that core message there, that core blockage with the Two of Wands. This is about deciding maybe on one practical thing right now and just giving the time and energy to that. Don't try to, what is that quote? Rome wasn't built in a day, right? Like nothing comes about overnight. And the more you can just appreciate the process, enjoy the process, reward yourself for all the victories, high and low, and then dancing out whatever didn't work, just transmute it, right? That's what this is all about, is transmuting and working with the energy so that we can get from where we're at to where it is that we want to go. Okay, so what needs to be built here? We have the Magician. This ties hand in hand what we were just talking about here with the Eight of Swords. The Magician is saying you have all the tools. You have everything you need. You don't need to take in more experiences, more lessons, more skills and assets right now. You have whatever it is that you need to build a steady relationship, a steady income, a steady business, whatever it is that you are working towards, whatever your idea of abundance is here, you have everything. You need to build a foundation where you see yourself as that. This is about trusting in yourself. This is about trusting that you are in the process of doing this and that your confidence comes from taking action and making decisions. I love the Magician card here, especially like this depiction of it, because there's the infinity symbol here, which says this is endless. This is a spiritual journey that you are currently on, but this is a spiritual journey that you will always be on, right? Like you're always going to be working towards something better. If you're here right now and you're listening to this part, you are somebody who's always going to be wanting to build more for yourself, do things right by you, your family, your friends. There's no timeline on this, but if you want to work with the energies to get to somewhere quicker, you have to start by believing in yourself. This Magician card says don't wait around for clarity or that light bulb moment. This is saying you've already had those moments, so stop waiting and looking for them. Start taking what you already have and building confidence by trial and error in those things. Again, even if I keep saying this, but it just keeps coming out. If you try something and it doesn't work, that is not a waste of time. That just gives you clarity about what not to do, which is just as equally as important as knowing what needs to be done, right? Guidance here is the Six of Wands. Again, we were saying this just a minute ago. This is a card that says celebrate your wins, big and small. Stop looking at success as being something in the future. The fact that you are here, the fact that this message is resonating, the fact that you are wanting and willing to build something more for yourself, you are already on this road to success. Success is already yours, right? This is a card of present energy with the fire energy of wands. This is about trusting that you've already had that uphill battle and you can just look at how she's celebrating on her way down, right? This card in the traditional Rider-Waite deck is represented by a knight coming home kind of battered and bruised after a long journey away from home, but coming back and being celebrated. This is, you've already reached this part of being able to celebrate, okay? And again, paying attention to what seeds you've been planting, what intentions you've been putting out, trusting yourself to cultivate what it is that you want. The more you can spend time in that space and in that energy, the more you're going to feel confident and good about what you have done and where you currently are, instead of worrying about how you're going to get to where you want to be. All right. the potential outcome of all of this, if you heed the lessons and the messages of this reading, is the Princess of Wands. And I love this card because it's fun, it's energetic, it's saying that I don't care if it's right or wrong, I'm just curious and I'm gonna do it, right? I literally, every time I hear this song, see this card, hear the song, Girls Just Wanna Have Fun. And I think that that's just it. It's just like, I don't really care what the outcome is. I'm just gonna try it because, like, why not? This is a positive place to be. Even though pages are, or in this case, the princess is a younger energy in the court cards, this is not a bad thing. This is about you getting to a place where you are stepping into new, fresh. It was literally 11:11 as I looked up. My video stopped halfway through. This is about you stepping into a new sense of sparked energy. You're feeling revived. You're feeling curious. You're not worrying about if something does or doesn't work. You're just willing to try and have fun with it. That is the most important piece here, is to have fun with it. Celebrate your wins. Trust in what you are building. Make decisions, even if you don't have all the answers yet, even if it's not totally clear. Do not be afraid of making the wrong choice. Just make a choice to step forward, and stepping forward into something more specific, more streamlined, instead of trying to take on everything at once, okay? All right, I love you so much. If you are here until the end, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your beautiful energy, and I will see you soon.